Why, hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, Nate Branco, here on Showcase Central, episode 19. Hope you guys are having a great Monday. I am actually having a fantastic Monday myself, so I'm a little tired, but hey, it is what it is. I'm definitely going to stretch this video out for you guys, I was like, you know what, let's do this. We're going to talk about the All-Star game. We're going to talk about the home run derby. And we're going to talk about one team in general who I think has been on fire lately. Of course, it's the Boston Red Sox. So, you know what? We might as well just dive right into it. We're going to do this right now. So, let's talk about the Surgeon Sox. They're on their first road trip, their 9-0 road trip since 1977. And last time and actually just recently they were in Anaheim, the south side of Chicago, and they were in Queens, New York. They haven't been on a 9-game road winning streak since 1977 from the dates July 29th to August 9th, 1977, with that being the California Angels, the Seattle Mariners, and the Oakland A's. They have actually won 14 of their last 16 and 17 of their last 22, climbing from last in the AL to within a half gripe on the last AL wildcard spot. The Sox have a team ERA of 2.53 and have averaged 4.9 runs per game over their last 16 games, and in their first 78, they have averaged only 3.9. Boston is at a major league worst at home, a 17 and 27. In which case, on Friday, when everything goes back to normal with MLB, they actually open up a 4-game set against the Tampa Bay Rays. They actually have a doubleheader on Friday. They play in the afternoon, and I believe 1 o'clock, 1:30, and then they play later on at night. So, funny I mentioned that at home. The Sox have actually never made the playoffs in a season in which they went below 500 at Fenway. I want to talk about this. So, the Sox have been on fire. They have been great with the bats. They have also been great with the pitching. And of course, you got Aroldis Chapman that's been racking up saves. Everybody's looked good. I like this. As a Red Sox fan, seeing the team struggle for majority of the year, this has been the hottest that they've been all year. I'm enjoying this. I just hope they keep this up right after the All-Star break, Just hopefully they don't slow it down, cuz honestly, I'm going to talk about the trade deadline just with them in a little bit, but seeing a shitty team like them this year succeed is nice. You could see other fans that are you can see other fans that they are fans of shitty teams such as the Angels, the Rockies, the Royals, and so on. If they see a team sweep a team, or two teams, or three, they start to feel good about themselves, or maybe even their team. Heck, I feel great. But, I mean, you have Sonny Gray that's anchoring this Sox rotation, and he's grabbing it by the balls. I love it. And then you actually see this lineup starting to come around. I I didn't think that this offense was gonna click. I was like, oh no, they're screwed. There might be maybe shipping some people off during the deadline come August. Like, I was over here thinking, oh, maybe Wilson Contreras is gone. Maybe Sonny Gray is gone. Maybe Jaron Durant. Jaron Durant, I think he's definitely gone. He's on that arbitration deal. I do think that he will leave. Nothing personal, it's just business. But I thought that some people were going to be gone. And then, of course, they're probably going to rebuild with that lineup. But I don't know. With them at 46 and 48, now I might be changing my tune a bit. They might be they could keep the roster that they have. Maybe they add a bat. Maybe they add another pitcher. Or even somebody in the bullpen. I don't know. Maybe somebody to help Chapman, because I know the bullpen has been kind of one of the worst that it's been, believe it or not. But I don't know. But they look great right now. I love this. I love every single bit about it. They went in hot just before the All-Star break, and now they are hoping to keep on this momentum. I'm hoping that they keep riding this wave of momentum even past the All-Star break. Like I said before, now they have a half gripe on the third wildcard spot. They might be doing what the Marlins are probably thinking. Marlins were thinking on shipping off Sandy Alcantara. I don't know if you guys saw my last video, but they were thinking on shipping off their ace. Now that they're contending, now they're looking to build around them. Some teams, man, I'll tell you this. When you get on a little nice wave of momentum, they start to change their tune with, maybe we'll contend. Oh, you know what? We're going to ship off this guy. We're going to wait till next year. But with the Sox at the record that they're at, I mean, they hopped from last to third. I mean, granted, it's AL East. They have the Rays, Yankees, Blue Jays, Orioles. They hopped two shitty teams like the Blue Jays and the Orioles. And we got the Rays and the Yankees pretty much sword fighting for the division all year. Yankees, if I'm not mistaken, they might be in the first wild card spot, just sitting duck in there for the rest of the year. We may never know. It could be the same for the Rays. But yeah, the Red Sox, they're a team I could definitely see actually getting the second or even the third wild card spot. I'd be very content with that. And if they would ever go to the playoffs, then and they lose in the wild card round, I won't be mad. They've been through a controversial year. I mean, look at them. They fired Cora within at least the first month of the season. Then they had to go through to their second option, which was going to Chad Tracy, who was actually pretty much promoted. Even though he's an interim right now, he's pretty much the new guy in town for the Red Sox, promoted from Worcester to Boston. But, I mean, depending on how they do for the rest of the year, maybe he stays as the manager for the long-term future. Or the Sox find somebody, Rocco Badali. Maybe they get somebody else, whoever. Maybe they dive into the college pool like the Giants did with Tony Vitello, whatever you want to call him. But I don't know. The Sox, they're in an interesting position right now. I just hope, at this point, I kind of hope that they don't sell just because of the way they are right now. But it doesn't look that way. I just hope that they don't waste these talents, especially since the ones that are starting to come around, like freaking Sonny Gray, Contreras. Like, those are guys, especially that now that they're in the All-Star game now. And Chapman, like, don't get rid of Chapman, please. Keep the team. If it's broke, don't fix it. That's all I gotta say. Just, add another bat, maybe, or whatever. Whatever I had said earlier on in the video, just tweak it up a bit, but not too much. That's all I gotta say. Now we're going to dive into the home run derby picks and my all-star picks. Honestly, you guys can use this for DraftKings if you really want to. Be my guest. I don't know about you guys, but for DraftKings Lock of the Day Nate edition, I low-key might put a halt to that because it doesn't seem to be working out for me nor you guys. Mostly you guys, because, I mean, I don't bet. Because God forbid that I bet it's going to be horrible. And, I don't want to see money go down the drain from my bank account. I'm saving up nowadays. But it seems like with these little parlays I set up for you guys, it's either not even close or it's close but no cigar. But this might be my very last one for you guys. But honestly, let's start up with the home run derby. So the 8 participants that are in, we got Jack Caglione, Junior Caminero, who was a runner-up last year, Bryce Harper, who was a 2018 winner of the Derby, Kyle Schwarber, Ben Rice, Menataka Murakami, Jordan Walker, and Wilson Contreras. That's actually a pretty stacked one. That's a pretty stacked Derby, I'll say. I am going to have to roll with Bryce Harper winning this year's Derby. It's in Philadelphia. And believe it or not, I think he found his pitcher. I think it's Aaron Nola. But we'll see tonight. I could be wrong. But I think Bryce Harper wins it tonight. You know, I love Harper. But I think his teammate, Kyle Schwarber, is going to end up being the runner-up, going up against him, you know, dueling. The Philly fans going crazy, you know? Oh my god. It's going to be wild. I can't wait. I put in a little tidbit in there. I do think that Kyle Schwarber will have the longest home run in this year's Derby. If not him, then I'm definitely going to have to roll with Junior Caminero for longest home run. Either one of those guys that actually has the longest homer. Okay, so then here I am with the AL-NL All-Star Game. I have the National League winning in my All-Star Game MVP. I'm going to have to roll with Kyle Schwarber. The Philly boys, I think, will take over this Philadelphia All-Star Game and Derby. All right, that's all I have for you today, folks. Like and subscribe on Showcase Central. I will see you guys on Friday for another episode. Take care, guys. Enjoy your week. I'll see you soon.